Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wesman2. Feel free to call me Wes, and welcome to another rendition of Let's Try. Today we're going to be trying Raft, and so I noticed that kind of a while back, and kind of more often, I had a few subscribers actually ask me to kind of pick this game up and give it a try. Just so you guys know, I do listen to your responses, and when I'm able to, obviously, then I make the effort to go out and get the games, that I can. This being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I've played a little bit again. Usually I try to go in these things kind of blind, but in this case, I had to try it, and so I have been, and maybe that's hinting that there could be a series one day. Wink, wink. Anyways, you kind of know what you got to do, before you can just start a series into it. Anyways, we'll go ahead and just load the world. I went ahead and did YouTube world. It's on easy, and so before anyone judges, just play the game. You'll see that it's not really easy. It's definitely easier than normal, and definitely normal is a lot easier than hard. But other than that, welcome to the world of Raft. You are stranded on a raft. I can't tell you why. You have this little hook thing, and what you do is you bring in trash, right? Either wreckage or trash. I think, personally, I'd call it trash. Right, and so that's how you get resources. And then what do you do with these resources? Well, you hit your inventory and lag for a little bit. You build stuff. So for instance, you can build a hammer, build a fishing rod, plastic hook, because again, your plastic hook will wear and tear. As I say that, all this stuff is passing by me and it's giving me anxiety, like, I need this stuff so bad. And so you can see there my buddy Jim. I've named him Jim for no real reason other than because I can, and he's a shark, and I like to give animals really bizarre names. Like, for instance, when I was playing some Ark Survival, I'd give all my dinosaur names like Daisy and Frederick, Leroy. Anyways, totally off topic here. But now what I'm doing is I'm getting enough wood and hopefully enough, palm leaves to make rope. And the reason I need rope is so that I can either make a new hook and just again expand the raft. Now barrels are kind of, I guess, roulette, if you will. You can pick them up and you can see the bottom right, it just kind of has all sorts of stuff, anything from actual food to rope to supplies, and you see there. So I actually need another rope, but you can see here that if you need the item and you have the items available in your inventory to make it, it will go ahead and make it. So for instance, let me take you down to the screw, and you see rope here. Now rope needs 2 palm leaves, so it knew that, obviously I met the requirement, and let's go ahead and just make the rest of the rope. So let's go ahead and try. Oh, I see a barrel coming right for us. So now, some of you might be thinking, well, Wes, that's a pretty lame raft. If you ask me, is this it? You just stand in one place and try not to get eaten by a gym or something? Well, the answer to that is no, this isn't it. You have to build into the game. So for instance, you can see that there's an empty cup, there's storage, there's sleeping quarters, there's axes, there's different type of tools, there's a cell, there's a throwable anchor, and all things like that. Now you use this to again, expand your raft, right? So you don't have solid ground. Not saying that it doesn't exist in this game, but you don't have access to it. So now let me go ahead and show you the first part. So with plastic, a little bit of plastic and a little bit of wood, hopefully we can get some more plastic from this barrel. Nope, no. All right, well, you build more onto your raft, see? So look, I have a little bit more of a raft, and then, you just gradually build up from that. Now, again, some of you who knew the game, like, well, what else can you do? Well, with the hammer, if you hold right... Oh, man, look at all those barrels. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to do this and making sure I get enough supplies. You can right-click, and all of a sudden you see all these things you can build onto your raft, right? And so there's different ones. I'm sorry. This is going to be a very distracted thing, because I need this stuff. You can build onto the raft. You can actually make multi-tier rafts. You can make, like, huge rafts. You can make... pretty much your imagination is really pretty much the endless kind of ways and combinations you can build your own raft. Now, the shark does get hungry, and he gets cranky because obviously he's not eaten in a while. Let's see, did I throw that too far? Yeah, it was way too far out there. And he gets cranky, and so he'll try to nibble on your raft. So you actually have to build defenses against that. And so what this game has given you, if you go ahead and go in tools, you can build a wooden spear. And so we're going to do that. And I always like to keep it on my number 2 because Jim over here, gets hungry, and then when he starts attacking your raft, you actually start losing physical pieces onto it. And we're trying to do the exact opposite, which is, you know, survive. So if you can see kind of way out in the distance, you can see like what would be maybe an outline of an island. So there are islands on this game. They are sprinkled with various plants, items, and various other things that, you know, you can come across, seeds. And so we're going to try to go ahead and get to that. So some of you might be thinking, well, Wes, you don't have a rudder or anything. How are we gonna get to that island? Well, once again, we're gonna make a paddle. So for instance, for a paddle, we need rope and we need plastic. So we're gonna go ahead and try to grab that plastic, I don't know, milk jug. Oh, we missed. Okay, we'll try it one more time. And oh my gosh, yeah, no, that's not funny. Come on. There we go. That's gonna really, it's because I'm, you know, I'm trying to show you guys, and so now excuses, right? Well, hey. All right. So the kind of visual aid that you have for when Jim is going to attack, and assuming you name your shark Jim, is he starts breaking there. He's going to attack now because he breaks the surface with his dorsal fin. He comes up and now he's going to start gnawing. So with this little dinky spear, it takes anywhere from 4 to 5 hits sometimes. Again, depending on how quickly you get to him. So there we go. That's a big piece of plastic. I shouldn't miss that. I'm not sure what that's, you know, for. Maybe a slide or something. Okay, so that should be enough plastic there, but can we get the... No, okay. Oh, more plastic. Even better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make a little, you know, little scoop, and we're going to try... So you see now we're cooking with fire. Now we have the speed. If you look to the left over there, I mean, sorry, there are binoculars in this game, but it's pretty far as research. You can see a little bit of a raft. So there are other floating rafts where, you know, I'm not sure if I missed it, but there's really no backstory. So if you can think about it, maybe it was past survivors that, you know, weren't able to make it, or it's just floating garbage because reasons, you know, unknown to me. So we're gonna go ahead and try. So I want to show you guys this island, but I need to see if we can do this. So this starting raft is the only one you get, right? So you can't just build or outright. So for instance, I can't just build, you know, you see, I can't just build just a random section onto the ocean. I actually have to add onto my boat or my raft. So if I were trying to get on that island and I'd miss my raft, then, you know, Jim would have a field day trying to come and eat me as I swim pretty slowly without any modifications. And, you know, there's no guarantee I'd be able to get back as this thing is just moving with the current right now. So there's that. All right, so let's go ahead and just, you know, a little bit more. We'll go ahead and just add a little bit more, and so slowly but surely, you know, you start getting this nice raft. Uh-oh, there's that. Hey, get back there. Hey. So you can go ahead and go in the water. I wouldn't advise it this early on because, you know, it's shark infested, plural, or not plural, singular. It is shark infested, not shark. You know, sharks. That being said, let's go ahead and see. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner where my cursor is, you do have food and water in this game, and so you actually have to take care of that. One of the easiest ways to take care of that is to build either a simple grill to grill food, and then a simple water purifier to actually get water. So that's what we're going to go do. Once again, we need more plastic. There's another island. Man. So as far as I can tell, and as far as I'm aware, each map is its own map, as in regards it is randomly generated. The islands in it, the kind of the trash in the ocean is not the same. So I can be like, oh yeah, so if you give it 10 minutes, 3 more barrels will show up at the, you know, northeast of the map. And, you know, there's no compass in this game as far, again, in regards to like a physical device, but you always have the sun, right? So you can watch the sun rise and set and be able to determine east and west based on that, and then, you know, have your heading from there. And that's kind of what I do to kind of keep myself, what's it called, to kind of have my directions correct. I'm like, wow, was I just over there? You know, because you can see when there's nothing, there's no landmarks. You're like, did I just come from that direction? You're like, and you know, you'll come across this in the game where the wind shifts, right? So you know, you can't really see the wind, but the wind shifts, and that pushes your raft in different directions. Especially, oops, not sure why I did that. It was coming right for the raft. Especially when you have the sail, it's important that you make sure that, you know, you're pointing the sail the right way to pick up the wind to move you. Oh, there we go. So I'm already hungry. Luckily, luck would have it that we were able to grab some potatoes from one of those barrels. So we'll go ahead and munch on those. Plastic. Was I able to get it? No. Okay. let's go ahead and grab that piece of plastic. And this, again, large piece of plastic. We need to keep an eye out for Jim because I think he's about ready to strike. Go ahead and grab that. Okay, so now water purifier is done, and it's not too big. So, you know, for now it will be able to kind of just put it right there. Well, now we're kind of, I guess we're ahead of the game because now we need a plastic cup to put water in. And so again, I think that's just more plastic. I don't think it's too much. Oh, it's 4. Okay, and we have 0. So maybe it is. Look, we're going right. Hey, look, there's 3 barrels. I promise you, I had no idea. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use this to get around, and I'm gonna try to pick up this barrel. I'm so used to having the wind sail, so I'm like, I don't need to steer the ship whatsoever. But this early on, wow, look at all those barrels. We need to go get them all, and we're gonna head right for this. Ooh, I'm getting nervous. Where's Jim? Okay. We're going to go ahead and go right for these barrels, and the plastic is really what I'm after because we're going to need water here really quickly. Bad things happens when you're hungry and thirsty and, you know, you're not able to give yourself that needed water or that needed food. Okay, so there's a couple of plastic. Again, more plastic. I think that's 4. It has to be 4. Okay, so now, just like in... Oh, there he is. Jim, get out of here. Tick off. When? Get out. Stop. Hey. Hey, barrel. Hey. Oh no. No. Ooh, see? Ooh, oh, I got him. So now, Jim will die, and then he'll get replaced by Jim 2, and then Jim 2 will get replaced by Jim 3, and so on and so forth. Sharks will always be a part of it. You can kill them, but they'll always come back, sadly. Anyways, I guess I should have started some water. As I was saying before I got distracted by the shark, just like in real life, if you were to drink salt water, you don't actually replenish anything. It actually saps more out of you. And so to get around that, what we have to do is we have to place some planks into this pretty much distiller, if you will. And what it's doing, at least from what the design I can get, is we're using the flame to heat up the water to turn it into vapor. And then it's now grabbing onto this leaf and sliding down into our cup over here, with again, that we use plastic for. And now we have, you know, preferably clean drinking water, which we're gonna go ahead and take a sip as soon as we can. There we go. Okay, go ahead and take a nice sip, and you know, bottom left you can see that it's nice and filled. Food might be a bit of a problem, but we can still make the simple grill. Oh, we actually have enough scrap. Again, those barrels early on, if you want my opinion, grab them. Just go for it. So the simple grill, again, will allow us to grill food. And, you know, just as you can see there, my hunger bar is getting pretty low, and I'm actually getting the red bars, meaning that, you know, hey, you're hungry, and it's angry at you. So, you know, how else do we get food if we're out in the middle of nowhere and, you know, you don't see a barrel that might have food in it, might not, or there's not an island? Well, luckily, if you're familiar with my Staxel series, you'll know that currently I'm stuck on an island somewhere, and just like on there, they allow you to have a fishing pole, and just like I would do in my Staxel series to gain income and food, is fish. So again, things aren't quite the same here like in Staxel, where the minigame requires you to hit a bunch of generated numbers. This simply just has you hit the left mouse button when you're all done. Or I guess when there's a fish on the hook. So we're going to try to grab this fish. We're going to make a beeline for that barrel and try to make a beeline for the other barrel. Almost. And there it is. Okay, quickly grab this over here. Oh, can we do it? We're totally going to do it. Yeah. Here we go. I'm not even going to use the... Man, this barrel is just like... Okay, we got that one. I guess, what else is there to say? There is a research table that we'll have to build, and you can research other recipes so that you can learn, you know, more useful tools and better upgraded tools. Hey, there he is. Jim, stop it. Hey. There we go. Now, you can repair in this game. I just think no, there we go. That one's pretty much cracked. You can see how these look, which are pretty much fine compared to that one, which you can see cracks in. You simply just grab out your hammer, right-click, and when you have this plus, it means repair. And, you know, if you play it for the first time, you might not have realized that. And you can see the health. So there we go. With 2 simple planks, we are able to go ahead and retrofit that back to... near perfect. So let's go ahead and see about making a bed. Yeah, no, that's still out of our way. All right, well, I guess let's just try about that wind sail. And we still need some palm leaves. There's a raft over there. Do I have plastic? Yeah, I do. Okay, quickly, let me show you guys. I want to show you kind of like at least almost one of everything in this game. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make a beeline over here. We're actually going to pick up those palm leaves because that will give us all the palm leaves we need to complete the sail. Okay, grab this one quickly. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now these rafts, they do move, and you know they're pretty rickety, but I mean compared to ours, you know, you will not see much of a difference. The only difference being is, you know, some of you might think, well, that's a pretty cool one. Why don't you just, you know, kind of relocate onto it? And this is why. So you see the treasure chests? They just stay up long enough. No, come on. Now we're racing this thing because I bumped it. They stay up just long enough for you to grab the item, and then as soon as you grab pretty much the main item, like the chest on it, no, come on. Jim's gonna eat me. Ooh. They start sinking right away. Alright, so let's get that sail that I was telling you about. There you go. So now you see you have this nice sail, and when you go up to it and hit E, it lowers it, and now you'll start moving in, obviously, the direction, but hopefully with the direction of the wind. You can hold R to move it in 360 degrees, so it doesn't really matter. What that will do is it will actually change your position and, you know, change the direction you're going. So I usually find it helpful to kind of keep it at the front or potentially the back, depending on how you want to play, just so you can see kind of where you're going and just be able to quickly change course. Now, if the wind is blowing, for instance, where my cursor is, and it's blowing behind me, for instance, right into the sail, you'll kind of you won't really move. You'll kind of just be at almost like a limbo, again, because, you know, there's nothing pushing you and you're pushing back, and so nothing really happens. Oh, yeah, there's Jim. I hear him. No, come on. So that's one thing. If you hook something, you have to reel it in before you can swap over. Hey! There we go. Let's go ahead and just repair that. All right. But in a nutshell, this is what Raft's all about, really, surviving. And there is an end game to it, and you know I don't want to spoil it for too many people. So if you want to pick up the game, it's $20 on Steam right now, and I'm sure summer sales are just around the corner. So maybe hold off until picking it up. If you guys want to see a series of it, then I would appreciate just a comment down below saying, yeah, we'd like to see something about it. Maybe a like or two, just so I know that, you know, for those that might not want to comment. But I guess, hey, look, we got a blueprint. Use along with a receiver. That's cool. So you get blueprints, and you know you use them in the research table, so you don't actually have to kind of figure out how to make it. You kind of get it right there. Let's go ahead and whoops, I didn't cook the fish. Oh, I did. Let's go ahead and eat that. But as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is Raft. If you want to see more, you already know what to do. And I guess until next time, I'll be stranded on an island. Keep it real.